Joining us now on the panel, we welcome in Julio Rivera, conservative activist, Newsmax insider, and host of the Julio Rivera Show on Spreaker.com, and Jim Hoft, founder of the Gateway Pundit and conservative blogger and investigative reporter. Gentlemen, welcome to both of you. All right, a little bit about what Pat Buchanan was talking about, Julio, with regard to the riots outside the Trump events will help Donald Trump the way they helped Richard Nixon in '68.
I certainly agree that it will help. I mean, whenever he's been met with some sort of, people were against him, whether it was earlier on when he was having issues over, whether he was having issues at his rallies or, people were coming in and trying to be violent against him, like when they tried to rush the stage. He always seems to come out smelling great, no matter what it is, whether it's attacks from people in his own party, whether it's attacks from outsiders or from the Democrats.
Which he should. Jim, your take?
Yeah, I'm just wondering when Pete is going to come out and condemn these protesters after they knocked that horse over and threw rocks and bottles at police horses yesterday. At some point, you think PETA would be upset about this animal abuse.
No, well, you're absolutely right. That's a good point, and of course, it'll never happen. I want to question you about a story, Jim, on your website about a Hillary protester, a paid Hillary protester, who actually met with and posed with and took a picture with Rich Lowry, the man who runs National Review, on how to stop Clinton. What was that all? How to stop Trump? What was that all about?
Isn't that amazing? Well, we know that Rich Lowry from National Review, the editor there, has been outspoken about how much he hates Donald Trump and how Donald Trump just isn't qualified to be president. He's been very open about that. He organized that letter of 20 conservatives who signed that letter to condemn Trump. They'd never vote for him. Anyway, he met with this activist in April. And they discussed Never Trump movement. And then we find out this week this same activist, a veteran, is hired by Hillary Clinton. He was protesting in front of Trump Towers this week with these paid veterans for Clinton. And now he's colluding with Rich Lowry.
That is incredible. Julio and Jim, let's get to the phones at 877-NEWSMAX, 877-639-7629. You want to weigh in on anything we've been talking about with Pat Buchanan, with the panel. Jim is in Clarksville, Virginia. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Steve. How you doing tonight?
Good. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, I want to thank you. What I want to talk about is that border thing. It's this stuff is all being put up by Barack Hussein Obama. If you go back to Baltimore, when they had the riots in Baltimore, he's the one that put the word out to the mayor, stand down. So they stand down and let them burn the city down. Then you go down to the border, okay? You got Sheriff Arpaio down there trying to do his job, and you got all the border agents down there trying to do their job, and their job is to protect the laws that are already on the books, and he's telling them they can't do that. So what's happening? These people are flooding over here, just like Trump says. They're not all bad, but a lot of them are, and they're coming over here, and they're raping, and they're doing all that stuff. So then you have these riots at the Trump rally. Now, these people that are doing the riots, basically, they're low IQ, they don't have any jobs, not much education to them, okay? So they don't have anything to lose, so they can go out there and do it. And the police are not allowed to do anything. So my solution would be for the states to take over and forget about Barack Hussein Obama. Have the states take over and say, we're going to take care of our states, because we could be sued for this and we could be sued for that if somebody gets hurt.
Well, and of course, Jim, you lose a lot of federal funding if that's the case. 15 seconds each. Jim?
It was horrible to see these people waving Mexican flags and burning the American flag last night. It's very disturbing that that's going on in America.
And Julio, you agree?
I think that these are organized protesters. They're being paid, and I think it's disgusting that they're organizing efforts towards that. And a lot of this has to do with Obama.
And some in the media are defending the violence, and we'll talk about that in the next segment. More with the panel and your calls, plus John Bachman and Gimme 5. All right, back to the panel. Jim Hoft, founder of the GatewayPundit.com, conservative blogger and investigative reporter, and Julio Rivera, conservative activist, Newsmax insider, and host of the Julio Rivera Show on Spreaker.com. Gentlemen, very briefly, Julio, your reaction to what you just saw.
Well, I think it's really sickening. Paid protesters are a vehicle of the left. I mean, I've seen it myself at various events that I've been at. I saw a Fight for 15 protest that was very contrived. They were almost like they were, when they got there, they were being handed signs, they were being fed slogans and things to repeat over and over again. These people have no skin in the game. I mean, they're just literally being paid to just show up. It's like a part-time job for some people.
Jim?
It's disgusting, and what's upsetting is that the media consistently and always says that, oh, these protesters, most of them are non-violent, and yet at the end of the night, everything's up in flames. I'm tired of this. The media, they're egging this on. It's disgusting, and they're pushing for more violence.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go to the phones at 877 Newsmax, 877-639-7629. Jason is in Las Vegas. Hello, Jason.
Salutations, gentlemen. How are you?
Good,
If I
thank
can
you.
get a quick 60-second comment.
You got it.
First of all, let me just by saying, never Hillary. I would never vote for her. She makes me sick. That's number one. Number two, the anger that Americans have, number one, is stagnant wages. But to see people walking that snuck in this country, that are walking around with flags that don't represent this country, while we see our military going out to other countries to fight and die, and yet we have people burning our flags, and then they come to this country, free education, free health care, but yet they get better benefits than our own soldiers. That's what's making America mad. And last but not least, you look at them, we got soldiers on lines, but we're going to cut lines for the LGBT community, which really is aggravating more than anything. And last but not least, Hillary had one job when she was in the White House and couldn't do that. Sorry, I couldn't be politically correct.
All right. No, that's great, Jason. Let's get Michael from Cottage Grove, Oregon in. Michael, it's going to be short but sweet. Go ahead.
Hi, Steve. Yeah, thanks for having me on. My biggest concern right now, and it's a huge concern, is voter intimidation in November at polling precincts. It happened when Barack Obama was reigning in 08. The Black Panthers were a polling precinct, and they had clubs in their hands.
Yep.
And no one did anything about it. What are these radicals on the left going to do in November to prevent Trump supporters from going and
That is an
voting for him?
excellent point, Michael, and we'll pick up on it. And the Bush Justice Department did pursue charges, and then the Obama Justice Department let them go, drop the charges. Jim Hoft, Julio Rivera, thank you so much for being with us. Thanks for calling in, everybody. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thanks to the panel, and J.D. Hayworth is next.